Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be talking about a major problem that the Washington Commanders have to figure out before the season starts, and I'll be giving you guys a major injury update as well. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video. Also check out BetUS, who is sponsoring today's video. But yeah, just go ahead and comment down below whatever you want, how you're feeling about this kicking situation. All those things help out a ton. But let's get into the kicking situation, which is the problem at hand that I think the Washington Commanders have. One of the biggest problems heading into the season. And then we'll get into an injury update for you guys. So the kicking situation, they had Joey Sly last year. He was fine. He wasn't awful. And I think his stats were looked worse than what they should have been, because I don't even, know exactly what the stats were, but they weren't amazing. But guess what? He had Cameron Cheeseman snapping to him, and that affected many, many kicks. At least, 2 to 3 kicks were fully missed because of it. And then a few extra points, and then even some, even if he made them sometimes, they were still affected by a bad kick, and would have been even more if we didn't have Tress Way as a holder for the Washington Commanders. So that to me I wasn't like steadfast on getting rid of Joey Sly. I was fine with it. It's a new regime. Bring in the kicker you want. They brought in Brandon McManus. I wasn't super happy with it at the time. His stats were actually worse than Joey Sly, or around the same, with again Joey Sly having a long snapper, if I missed that before. But then obviously the Brandon McManus allegations. I don't know what's going on with that right now, if he's been proven guilty or innocent. I don't know, but he's not on the squad. They released him. And then they got the kicker Ahmed, and then Riley Patterson, who played for the Lions. And it really hasn't been great. So Riley Patterson kicked a shortish field goal in the preseason game against the Jets, and he missed it. Just not good. And then Ahmed did make the 40-yard kick, so at least that was fine. He made the 40-yard kick. But then today, he said the kicking situation is a problem. Ahmed was inaccurate, and Patterson just rocked the goal post so hard it was wobbling around. And then Patterson just hit the goal post again. He's now hit both posts in 5 attempts. And then there was another day where one of them was 3 of 5, the other was 2 of 5. Not very good at all. Combined 5 for 10. That's just not okay at all. And Riley Patterson does have a little bit of a track record in this league. 24 years old, has kicked 67 field goals, has a 88% success rate. 27 of 28 from 30 to 39 yards. Not great from 50 plus, around 50%. And his extra points is pretty good, 96%. But hey, he hasn't shown it here with Washington, and maybe he's not the same player, even though he's still very young. Maybe he's not the same player, or maybe he's just it's a different fit with Washington. He doesn't mesh well with Tress Way, or the long snapper Ott, or the special teams coach. I don't know, or maybe he's still getting a hang of things. But regardless, can't be missing kicks like that. And kicking is one of the biggest things where, it's not hard to find an okay kicker, but if you have a bad kicker, it really hurts your team's chances of winning. You just can't have a bad kicker and win a lot of games. It doesn't happen a lot, and especially a team like us where we're not expected to be super good. You take all the points you can get, and if you're having kicking issues, that's going to be a major deterrence towards your season. It's not going to be good for you. So they need to lock in, find their kicker. I'm sure teams will be moving on from kickers once the season starts, or once cuts happen after the preseason game. But regardless, man, it's just not a good situation here. And if I had to pick one, even though Riley Patterson seems to be struggling a little bit more, I'd probably go Riley Patterson, just because he does have the experience. We don't know, even if the other guy, Ahmed, he's doing okay right now at times, but still struggling. I mean, he said he was inaccurate. I don't know if he missed. He just said he is inaccurate. I don't know what that means, but we've heard him struggle in practice before. If they're both kind of struggling, I would just get another guy. But if you're gonna pick one of the guys, just pick Patterson because he's done it before and has had a relatively good career. So I mean, very short, but that's what I would do. That's what I would do just because you have some, I guess, track record there of him being good. Yeah, that's my take on the kicking situation. But it's not looking good, and they really need to figure this out before it's too late. Maybe bring in some more competition, see what's out there, and of course Dustin Hopkins right after he leaves us has been balling out. But I was definitely one of those guys that wanted to move on from Hopkins. It wasn't going great, and it seems like every kicker though that leaves us ends up balling out elsewhere. But real quick, a word from today's sponsor.
Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.
Alrighty, so huge shout out to BetUS. Make sure you guys check them out. My first link in the description. You get 125% sign up bonus for your first 3 deposits up to $2,000, and they got the fastest payouts in the industry. Let's get into injury updates though. So not great news. So Jordan Magee didn't play a lot on Saturday, and I guess that's because of the knee injury. Will be out this week. I just don't like this. I don't like this. I don't know. I mean, they're being vague, which obviously is fine, but I don't like the looks of things here. But maybe they're just being cautious and he's out for this week. I think there was phrasing on what JP Finley said that made it seem a little bit worse. He said, rookie Jordan Magee has knee injury, in for testing, bummer for sure. So when they said bummer for sure, or that's a quote he had from the presser from Dan Quinn. Maybe Dan Quinn's just saying, it sucks that he's not, he's a rookie, he's not getting that work in that he needs. Okay, if that's the case, that's fine. But I don't know. Sometimes when they say bummer, it's more of a serious injury. And in for testing, also not a great sign. So I'm not going to speculate too much. Could be nothing. It could be a major injury. Hopefully nothing crazy because I'm excited about Jordan Magee. I've been excited about him. And definitely would be a bummer if he's out for the year, or even out for a few weeks. You want to see him, get ready for that start of the season because he's going to get playing time. Definitely has special teams and some linebacker too. I think, like Kareem here says, he's probably linebacker number 3 for the Commanders right now with Jamin Davis moving to edge. Andrew Wiley expected to return this week. Has not worked in full team drills for a week or so. Sam Hartman has a shoulder injury day-to-day, could miss Dolphins game, so that's unfortunate. You want to see all the reps you can get from Sam Hartman. These undrafted free agents, you want them to get that work. You want them to get in that work for sure, and not getting that sucks. So they'll probably have to divvy it up. Maybe, I don't know, Jaden Daniels will probably get 1 or 2 possessions, and then Mariota will get a few more, and then Jeff Driscoll probably for the second half. That's what I'm thinking. Rookie Brandon Coleman still dealing with shoulder injury day-to-day, could miss Dolphins game. That sucks. Want to see him getting that work, and especially for a guy that's probably starting for them to not get in that work and those reps really does suck. Missing both of the joint practices and then also missing the first 2 preseason games, that really does suck. That really sucks. And if he does come back and he's ready next week, then I would say play him the entire game. Play him the entire game in that last preseason game. I believe it's against the Ravens. It usually always is. And that'll be at home. That's what I would do. Get that, PT in for him because he's going to need it. All these rookies really do. And it's just good reps for them going up against other guys. And you're going up against the same edge rushers all the time. I think you need some more work, and it really sucks. It really does suck that he missed the Jets joint practice and the Jets game, and now probably at least missing the Dolphins joint practice, probably missing the game as well. But it seems like it's not a major injury, so definitely don't want to rush him back at all. Don't rush him back. Whenever he's ready, put him in, and hopefully he's good to go for that for that last preseason game. And just get some reps in and get some film to look at before the first week where he's probably starting there at left tackle. Looks like Wiley's back. this week, so that's good, I guess. Hopefully he's a lot better than this, or a lot better this year, or at least a little bit better. He was better at the second half of last year, and then Sam Cosmi's back. He was playing in the Jets preseason game. So injuries, some guys recovering, some new injuries. You're always gonna get that, at least most of the time, after a preseason or after a game in general, especially when you got 90 guys on the roster. And Dan Quinn said that Tyler Owens stood out. That was great to hear. Made a video about him. I'm trying to see who else he said. He talked about a couple other guys. Let me just look here. It was Tyler Owens and a few other guys who, unfortunate here. I thought it was John Conway who put the tweet out. I'm going to go. Let's see who it is. And Derek Forrest was making some plays today, so that was good to hear for sure. Commanders brought in Martavius Bryant, so that's interesting. All right, let's go to Nikki Jabala. See if she has a tweet out. Gonna make sure to show you guys this. Let's see. Derek Forrest dealing with a hamstring injury. He was back. So again, that is great to hear for sure. Okay, so Ben Sennett, Tyler Owens, and Michael Wiley. Those were the three that Dan Quinn highlighted their performance against the Jets. So shout out to Dan Quinn and shout out to those three for balling out. And I talked about all three of those in my studs and duds video, or stock up, stock down, and my recap. So you can get my thoughts on in those two videos. If you guys stayed till the end, go ahead and comment down below. We'll go Carlos Rogers, and make sure, as usual, you check out BetUS and bet responsibly.